There's a song before you, there's a song behind, there's a song right with you all the time. There is love before you, there is love behind, there is love right with you all the time. There's a song before you, there's a song behind, there's a song right with you all the time. There is love before you, there is love behind, there is love right with you all the time.
Hey, welcome to a special segment of the podcast, Every Moment is Sacred. I am sharing with you 82 poems, bit by bit. They are all written by my late mother, Leslye Layne Russell. She lived between 1946 to 2018. And as she was in her months of passing away, I promised I would publish her poetry for her. She was a creative spirit all of her life, and she loved writing so much. I share these poems with you with joy and honor and deep reverence for her. Every poem has a spiritual aspect. Listen for it. Enjoy. Let me know what you think. Let me know how these poems touch you. Please go to facebook.com/groups/every moment is sacred. Join that group, and there you will find videos of these poems and also news about this podcast. It's a wonderful way to support this poetry project as well as this show. Thank you for being here. Enjoy the poem. This poem today is called Between the Rain. One thing about this poem titled Between the Rain is that it was written for the month of January and for the season of winter. Between the rain. Rain falling as it did and does, and hasn't stopped but for the tiny moments between cats' feet, and the last leaves curled and spinning through January to drenched, bent grass below. From my willow, the corkscrew willow, I started from 2 feet high when my mother still lived and laughed, and now reaches above my 2nd floor window where I watch the rain, the endless rain. I hear it against the glass, against the walls, upon the dark street and snug houses. And in the distance, between and over the rooftops, oh, the hills of the geysers, hills of St. Helena, now so winter green and wrapped in rain, the rain, falling as it did, falling as it does, between the drops of rain, the streaks of wet, dark sky between the laughter and the willow. Layne Russell. Sometimes my mom signed her poetry Layne Russell and sometimes Leslye Layne Russell. And I think some of her older works that maybe from the 60s or 70s probably say Leslye Russell. And there may be some poems floating around that say Leslie Stickney. It's all her. Referring to this poem, St. Helena is the mountain of Sonoma County, where I was born and raised in California, and it is the highest peak in that area. So St. Helena is a landmark, and I have hiked to the top of St. Helena many times. It's a wonderful place that people sometimes hike for the new year. And that's something that my extended family would do. And I would join them sometimes. We would hike to the top of St. Helena for the first sunrise of the new year. And it's a few hours up. So we would start in the dark, and sometimes it would be raining. And we would go above the cloud line or the fog line so that at the top, if we were lucky, we could see all the way to the Sierra Nevadas. It was so beautiful. A funny story about that adventure is one year when I hiked with my family to the top for New Year's morning, we gathered together, not just us, but many people do it. So everybody who was at the top during that particular sunrise, we're all sharing food and stories and beverages and just enjoying the new year and new day together. Somebody thought it would be a wonderful idea to have a prayer ceremony or a moment of intention or something like that. So we all gathered in a circle, maybe 30 or so people. I'm not sure exactly how many, but it was a large circle. And nobody stepped forward to do anything. Nobody was quite sure, like, well, what prayer do we say or what do we do for this moment of intention? And I was probably a teenager, probably an older teenager, maybe around 17. I'm just guessing. I'm not actually sure which year it was. But I said, how about we do the hokey pokey? And everybody loved it. So there we were at the top of St. Helena, first sunrise of the new year, and we did the hokey pokey together. I wish you a bit of fun today or tonight, whatever time it is. I wish you some fun and some laughter. Thanks for being here. Thank you so much for listening. It has been a great joy to have your presence here in this podcast. I welcome you to celebrate the joy and wisdom in your life exactly as it is. And I welcome you to feel loved, fully loved, exactly as you are. www.raineelizabeth.org